In this video, I'll be sharing my practice and process on creating artwork for screen print. I am working within the Surface Pattern and Textiles department at Swansea College of Art, utilising their range of specialised equipment across their studio for screen printing. Screen printing is a valuable and rewarding practice for producing designs in an explorative way, creating through the experimentation process, and by utilising some of these techniques, we can begin to devise artwork for our screen positives, ready to expose onto screen. The most important rule to follow when creating artwork for screen is that everything must be black. In the exposure process, black will prevent UV light from hardening, allowing us to wash out the soft emulsion to reveal the shape of our artwork. Any other colour or shades of grey will not be able to efficiently block out the UV light and will prevent the emulsion from washing out. Commonly, acetate sheets are used to expose imagery as they are optimal for the UV light to expose through. When trying to capture very fine detail or half-tones, acetate allows a much sharper positive when fed through the printer. This substrate works best with digitally rendered images, especially with vector artwork, for a clean, precise print, but can also be used traditionally and experimentally with materials such as felt pens, paint markers, oil pastels, and even items such as tape. Due to the smooth surface, it can be a more unforgiving surface to draw onto, so it can be more unpredictable. Artwork can be traced over with ease given the transparent qualities of acetate and adapted for use on screen. Given its translucent nature, it's also easier to visualise multiple layers using acetate. We are able to make separations using 2 or more sheets of acetate, which we can expose onto alternate screens and use to layer colour into our designs. Another option for the base of our screen artwork is paper. A standard 90-gram printer paper will be able to allow sufficient light through to expose your image onto the screen. Like acetate, we can print off digital files using an inkjet or laser printer and use these as positives for our screens. And we are also able to work on the paper with traditional mediums. Where paper is less transparent than acetate, it can be more difficult to begin considering multiple layers to your artwork. A handy solution comes in the form of natural light, finding a window in a well-lit spot to see through your design and work back into, or utilising a light box. When it comes to our artwork, we can look back on previous drawings, marks or keywords we have previously produced, and translate these into imagery for screen. Experiment with different mediums to find what feels best for your artwork. Fine liners give a clean, sharp edge for your artwork, but can also be used to make marks, stippling, cross-hatching or overlapping to create the illusion of shading and texture. Inks such as Indian ink will give a thick coverage and can be paired with a variety of brushes to generate interesting marks, swoops of ink and painterly strokes. Oil pastels can produce a grittier, more textural mark and are more malleable. You can vary the pressure of your strokes to produce different effects. There are no strict guidelines for creating artwork for screen, and by adopting a playful and curious approach, you will naturally learn to begin what works and what doesn't for you. There are many different ways you can experiment with the drawing process for screen. If you have access to an overhead projector, you can project shadows of objects or your marks onto acetate. Secure some paper up onto a wall and explore the ways you can distort or refine out from projections. Some common issues with image exposure can lead back to the artwork process. If you find your image has areas that won't wash out, your lines may be too thin. Alternatively, your chosen medium may not have been opaque enough. Some markers aren't quite black, and you will struggle to get the emulsion clears away when washing. If you make a mistake during your artwork, such as a rogue spot of paint or smudge, you can carefully cut out your mistake with a sharp scalpel. You should now have a breadth of exploratory artwork ready to be exposed onto your screen. For more insight into the exposure and screen printing process, explore our other videos through the Craft Hub platform.